Did you know you're a gardener? Every single day, whether you realize it or not, you're planting seeds in the garden of your life. But what if some of those seeds, the ones that seem totally harmless, are actually weeds in disguise, choking out the good things that you're trying to grow? We're about to expose 3 of these hidden seeds, subtle habits that most of us are guilty of planting every day. And I'll show you how to stop planting seeds of regret, so you can start planting with real purpose. The Bible gives us a principle that's as true as gravity. You will always reap what you sow. That's not a threat, it's just how life works. And the trick is that the most destructive seeds aren't always the big, obvious sins that we know to avoid. They're the small, sneaky habits that just creep into our daily lives. So let's dig up the first one. First up, we've got to stop planting the seed of passive complaint. And man, this one is sneaky because it feels so justified, doesn't it? The traffic is awful, the weather stinks, our boss is driving us crazy. It feels harmless to vent, right? But every time we do, it's like we're salting the earth in our own garden. Every complaint, big or small, sows a seed of bitterness and feeling powerless. When you're constantly focused on what's wrong, your heart just gets hard. It's almost impossible for gratitude or joy to find any room to grow. Complaining is a habit that trains our eyes to see only the problems, ignoring God's power and presence right in the middle of them. It magnifies the issue and it minimizes our God. So, what's the fix? You have to flip the script and intentionally plant seed of proactive gratitude instead. Instead of complaining, try praying. Instead of focusing on what you don't have, thank God for what you do have. This isn't about pretending that problems aren't real. It's about choosing where to focus your energy. Do you want to water the weeds of frustration or plant seeds of righteousness? So, here's a practical challenge for you. For the rest of today, just today, the moment you catch yourself about to complain, just pause. In that little gap, find one thing, just one tiny thing, to be grateful for instead. You're literally breaking up the hard, unploughed ground of your heart and making it ready for a harvest of peace. All right, the second seed is one that our modern world basically begs us to plant 24/7. The seed of idle consumption. You know what this is. It's the endless scroll on your phone. It's the next episode automatically playing. It's filling every quiet moment with noise. We call it relaxing, but it isn't really rest. It's more like a spiritual anesthetic. We fill up on so much junk food for the soul that we can't hear God's voice anymore. This seed promises connection, but often it leaves us feeling more isolated. It promises entertainment, but steals our attention and our time. Think about it. Hosea chapter 10 verse 12 says to plant the good seeds of righteousness. But how can we do that if our hands are always glued to our phones? We can't plant good seeds when we're constantly consuming spiritual junk food. The antidote is simple, but it's not easy. Plant the seed of intentional stillness. And this doesn't mean that you need to book a week-long silent retreat. It's small. It's driving to work without the radio on. It's leaving your phone in another room for just 15 minutes. It's about creating these tiny pockets of silence and inviting God to meet you there. Now, if this is hitting home for you, consider subscribing so that we can keep digging into this stuff together. Now, here's your task. Sometime today, schedule just 5 minutes of quiet. Set a timer. No phone. No TV. Just sit. Be still. You'll be amazed at what can grow in that tiny patch of silence. And that brings us to our third and final seed, the seed of convenient isolation. Let's be honest, it's just easier to stay home than to show up for your church family, right? We have great excuses. I'm an introvert, or I'm just so tired. But a lot of the time, we're just choosing what's comfortable over the community God actually designed us to be a part of. James chapter 3 verse 18 tells us that those who are peacemakers will plant seeds of peace and reap a harvest of righteousness. But you can't be a peacemaker from your sofa. You can't bear someone's burdens if you're keeping them at arm's length. Spiritual growth was never meant to be a solo mission. It's a team sport. When we choose isolation, we cut ourselves off from the encouragement and support that are like essential nutrients for our faith. That's why we have to fight back by planting the seed of purposeful connection. And look, this isn't about suddenly becoming an extrovert. It's just about taking one small step. Send that text to a friend from church. Invite a neighbour for a coffee. Ask someone, hey, how can I actually pray for you this week? So, here's your last challenge. Plant just one seed of connection this week. Take one step out of that comfort zone. Because when we sow into relationships, when we sow in peace, we set ourselves up to reap that harvest of righteousness. So, that's it. Let's stop. Let's stop planting seeds of complaint, of distraction, and of isolation. Starting today, let's get intentional. Let's choose gratitude over griping. Let's choose stillness over scrolling. And let's choose connection over comfort. Remember that promise from Hosea chapter 10 verse 12? Plant the good seeds of righteousness, and you will harvest a crop of love. Your small daily choices are the very seeds that God can grow into a harvest of His love in your life. It's not about being perfect. It's just about being purposeful. Now, I've got a question for you, and I want you to be honest. Which of these 3 seeds do you struggle with the most? Drop it in the comments below. Your honesty might be the very thing someone else needs to see today, to know that they're not alone. Let's start planting a better harvest together. I'm Westwood-Payne, and this has been the Battle Drill Daily Devotional.